Hello and welcome back to your 18 WJTS in.form. I'm Kaitlyn Neukam, and Independence Day is, if you can imagine, just around the corner. The month of July is going to be here and gone before you know it. We're in fair season. You know, the kiddos are going to end up back at school eventually here, but until then, we're going to talk about summer, and more specifically, we're going to talk about the Dubois County Museum and all the fun things they have going on there with our regular Miss Kathy Bachman. Welcome back.
Hello.
So
glad to be back.
You were very excited to tell me about your red, white, and blue pamphlet today, so the audience has to see this. Very exciting stuff. There's a lot to go over for the month of July for the Dubois County Museum, which, you know, was a nice welcome surprise for you were kind of saying. But first and foremost, the museum will be closed for the national holiday on July 4th, right?
Right. It's a Thursday, which is, to me, it's not, it's just one of those that falls and they don't put it on a Monday. It's too funny. So, yes, a Thursday.
So no museum on July 4th, but then all the other normal activities are in full throttle there, and we've got the 4-H fairs. So run us through what July looks like.
All right. First of all, what's going on right now is we're finishing out our photography contest, and that has been so awesome for us, and we really appreciated all the photographers that submitted pictures, and they can start coming in and picking up their photos now, and some have still to redeem their prizes, so they need to come in and get that, and we are going to be sad to see the walls bare then after all they were up. That they were all up for a month there, 2 months. But the art auction has been set up, and it is the items from Levon Tisdale and her friends, because she has a collection of other art pieces, and they are artfully displayed in our museum that you can come and bid on some of the items. So
if anyone needs a preview, I was one myself. All the pictures on the Dubois County Museum's Facebook, you can go through everything and see if there's something that tickles your fancy there, and then that auction actually goes until July 27th, right?
Right. We're going to have an evening at the museum then on the 27th, which is a Saturday. And you can come in 5:30 to 8, and we hope to award the pieces to the winning bids that night. So we look forward to having an evening at the museum. Yeah. Other things that are happening, of course, we have ongoing projects, which is the Beauty and Barbershop temporary display is still on display. I recently talked with one of the daughters of one of the beauticians that has some of her things on display, and we talked about her business that she ran in her home there. It was interesting. The wood industry is up and running. That is a permanent display. And we still are, people are finding things that we need to add to our display. So it is a pretty full display. The walls are full. I have to chuckle. They have 2 mannequins there at a desk. I think there's Steve and Bob or something. They gave them names. And it just takes you back when you walk in there and you think, who's sitting at that desk? Right. But there's just so much history in our county with the wood industry, and it is quite a display. You talked about the fair. Yes, we were just talking about the Dubois County Fair, and we hope a big crowd comes out during the week. We will be at the commercial building July 15th through the 18th. We're going to go Monday through Thursday. We will be having our games, and our prizes will be awarded. We have some take-home items that they can take home to remember the museum, and we're going to be giving away a lot of free admissions. So we hope people come and play our little game and win.
Is it free admission no matter if you're a big kid or a little kid?
It's if it's a big kid playing the game, we have a free admission for adults.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's good to know. Good to
Yeah.
clarify, because we're getting into the extreme heat days, and guess who has air conditioning? The museum, and it'd be good
Yes.
to have that free admission in case you need to fill your eyeballs, get a little information about local history and all of
Right.
that stuff.
Right.
And then, of course, I'm seeing here on Saturday, July 13th, there's story time. Is that
There's
right?
story time, and in June, Carrie had such a great story time on dads and sports, and she had little things around the museum, and I'm sure she's going to do that again in July. We hope people put this on their calendar and come out to it, because she really puts a lot of work into the stories she's going to read and the games and the activities she does. And it usually involves a little bit of moving around the museum and acquainting them with what's there at the museum. So we hope people come out to story time, bring their preschoolers.
And that's 10:30 a.m. on July 13th for
That's right.
this next month. So July fun.
July's coming. On July 20th, we invite back Norb Croft, who is a Jasper native and a farmer, Indiana poet laureate. And he had quite an interest in Ida Hagen, which is a part of Dubois County history, that the black settlement lived over by Fernan and Huntingburg. Actually, I think they had land right there at the Huntingburg Conservation Club. I was just acquainting myself with some of the information, and Kathy Treader and the Fernan News had done a lot on making the public aware of Miss Ida Hagen, because later she married a Whitaker.
Yeah.
And she was born in 1888, and she went to Galehausen School, one-room school in the area there. And after she graduated, Mr. Woolman, Dr. Woolman at Fernan, hired her on as a clerk at the post office. And then later, when he decided to go back to Switzerland and visit, he made her the postmaster at the at the Fernan post office. So that was quite an honor for a young black woman to be named postmaster. And later, then she learned pharmacy. I can't think of it. She became a pharmacist, and she then moved out of Fernan, and Norb had found more information that she might have been part of the Selma March in Alabama, and it was quite a life then. Wow. So he has written some poems, and he has delved into her life, and so he'll be at the museum sharing those stories and poems on July 20th. About 1:30 he will speak. So we are going to be busy at the museum, so we welcome people to come in. We are open Tuesday through Friday from 10 to 2, and Saturdays from 10 to 4, Sundays from 1 to 4. And like you said, we do have a lot of air-conditioned rooms. And in the past few years, we have added more insulation in our roofs that we added, and it's very, very pleasant inside the big room in the museum where the farm equipment is. So you don't feel the heat. You know, it's a nice experience in there.
Fair enough. And, we're talking about Jasper natives who are also authors, or Dubois County natives who have authored some things, and that's kind of where your guys' gift shop comes into play a little bit. You've got a lot of different historical things and memorabilia, Dubois County Museum merch, per se, that people can, if they're interested, they can buy while they're there, right? Right.
We carried all the mural postcards of the 15 murals that we have of the different towns in Dubois County. Oh, boy. Let's see. Books and cookbooks of different towns, history books that people had written for their centennials. So that's a very popular item. Just recently, I've been seeing things happening on Facebook, and people have been promoting different businesses that are no longer, or maybe has changed hands. And in 1966, the class of 1966 took pictures of those businesses and made a little book for their class reunion. So that book is on sale, and it's. We sat down with it at Christmas time, my family did, and they're all going, oh yeah, I remember that place. So that book is available, and it's a pretty popular book right now with what's on Facebook in Jasper. Yeah.
Right. I mean, that is. I've also seen that trend, so it's interesting to see what people are taking into account and finding interest in, and you know, if you need that physical copy or you need a little bit more variety of Dubois County history, the Dubois County Museum gift shop is a perfect place to start. So being able to visit there during open hours, and you know, if anyone wants information or updates on these upcoming events, how best can they find you guys online?
I post these on Facebook pretty much, and I think that's a pretty good area for us to promote. I do press releases, and you guys did a great job. I heard myself on the radio.
We try to get Kathy everywhere because you have some very exciting stuff going on at the museum.
Oh, great. And I do want to add one more thing. With Norcroft coming to speak about Ida Hagen, we do have the whole display of Ida Hagen and the Pinkston settlement that the Ferdinand News had researched and published about. So we do have that on display if people want to come in and read more about Ida Hagen and familiarize themselves with that story before they come to Norcroft's book presentation. So it is really interesting that this lady rose to such a prominent position in Dubois County and the United States.
Yeah, definitely it's exciting to hear of these stories being enlightened in times where you maybe don't think that Dubois County has that type of history here, but we do. We have a lot more to uncover with all the historical things, and it also highlights the fact that you guys are the Dubois County Museum, so all of the 15 different towns, you know, there's a lot of history to be had there.
A lot, and it's always surprising to me when the young people come in, and of course they're going to go towards the wildlife room, and they're going to go to the play area. But then all of a sudden they'll find something, and it's like, oh, now what's this? What's this police car doing in here? Or what's this about the lady that worked for the police? And it's just little bits in scattered around our museum.
Little bits in a very big museum, I will say.
50,000 square feet. I just had some people in from Andersonville, Georgia, and I had talked to them a little bit about the Andersonville prison during the Civil War, because I had been down there in October. And I said, well, we have a Civil War flag here. And they go, wow. And so they said, well, where'd you get these muskets? I said, someone had them, and they gave them to the museum. And so they were very impressed with our collection, not only Civil War, but the log house was something they were just impressed with. And I thought, yeah, it is full of things.
Definitely. But Kathy, we appreciate your time today, and we're going to get through July just like we get through every other month. So I think we'll see you at the 4-H fair pretty soon here.
I know. It'll be coming July 15th. So thanks for having me on, and I look forward to seeing you out and about somewhere this month.
Yes. Well, thank you, of course. And thank you so much at home for watching your 18 WJTS in.form with the Dubois County Museum. And we are local people watching local people.